spinning.
I think the most important. Yeah. Is the recording of the video anything? Yes. It's just not tracking.
Now it's Clay and Blair. Oh, it's you two. Smile. Yep. Oh, James.
Any other comments?
This final question on here is this, PA plan 26,000, that is. From December 8th, 24, February 15th, 25, this is the one project here.
Maybe the question is council, and then that year, like, the things that somehow community issue.
Okay, so I'm guessing that
Yeah, we would, like, we don't do all those, and we approved it, it just didn't get sent out, so they canceled that one, reissued, and then we had to reapprove on the side of the budget.
okay.
Yeah, it's not on. Meaning that is motion to approve the claims.
I'll make the motion.
Makes a motion, we have a second. I'll second. Jamie seconds, all in favor? Unanimous. Next is new business license for PNS Roofing and General Contracting. With Daniel Paget. TJ didn't mention anything about, being a his something guys for this. Table if we don't know anything. So. We have a motion to make a motion to table the business license for PNS. Dave makes a motion to table. Do we have a second? Sure. Scott seconds. All in favor? Next business is the Coffin Sweet Cakes. The Metropolitan Dash.
Nope, the Friends Helping Friends. It's on the back of the.
Well, yeah, I'm just written on the back of the notes.
So,
But because we have the old one.
yeah.
Again, I didn't hear anything about it. She was not able to make it or not. Same thing.
Didn't you remember this license law? Fall or something was the same thing. I remember the name.
I think she has a business license for what soap.
Candles. Yeah. Having a house was part of the, 4th of July.
Yeah, and the farmers market. We did like wax melts and stuff. So there was. Which might be okay, in time for something.
Pretty really good. Especially like next week.
Yeah, if it's urgent, I'm assuming if someone's trying to do truck license right now. No, so, yeah. But, so she's not here.
The test that she left messages on those 2 days. In the craft.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
Do we know what the messages said?
She was trying to find out what her food was, and she was trying to get, well, she came to the middle of the law. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's pretty much all the mess. So, when he was checking messages today, there was
23, 22?
I don't answer, like, that, that's what she was working to go today, kind of,
Yeah,
so.
it's from the beginning of the month. That
22 on answered, that's.
We didn't have any passwords, and so she actually went through today. We went to the whole phone system.
Mhm.
I guess the food business is my first question always. Food and cost, so I think, yeah, I don't, I thought there might be some reciprocal thing between some of the towns that you want.
Other counties or?
Well, yeah, 'cause I know sometimes the deal with food trucks have kind of stuff and stuff. So I don't know if there's some, but they're obviously not. You know.
Yeah, and it's not something you can say that's. It's a county. It's a state license that you have. Well, this is confused, we're just trying to get a hold of somebody.
This is the sort of thing that you make it conditional, approval. Like, we don't know if they do it or not, but.
Right.
There's no ones. I don't think that's really.
I mean, it's not, it's a different
If I'm on, I'm not saying that that's it.
purpose.
We should have. What would it on the business license so that you know, but I think, you know, still in our review to ensure how appropriate approvals that they need to operate. That's what it is. We did, the barbecue guys. But I know they have, they just are like six feet.
And say, well, you have to be very, have to, but. It's, like, they may be kind of, that order, you know, a lot of things. So. I mean, maybe you can make a conversation. But, yeah, I think it's a different reason to get a city license. It's like, just operating the business. Whatever. Prior to.
We're sure hoping it's,
Oh, we're hoping. I mean, it's kind of expensive, so. Oh, like,
Cream and flavors and
yeah, like Italian sauce kind of thing, not something. Like, and maybe energy shop or something.
one of the thoughts I mean, at some point this spring about this process, and people aren't here. First, unless we have some different contacts.
Yeah. You've always said, it's people at the last year, contact, unfortunately.
And one of the 22 calls.
Yeah.
And what?
Well, I think we should probably take it. For instance, you see how.
Yeah, they got to read it there, but.
Yeah. Well, I would make that motion to. It was.
Okay. Jesse makes a motion to table. Business license for Coffee Tuesday, so we have a second. Second. David seconds, all in favor?
If I'm not mistaken, I put it on also issue.
Oh, so she has a pretty clear that she needs it for.
Zeus, you know, who's selling books. Yeah, that's what I extended, it's huge, you can move that, yeah.
I learned the best line from her. She said, I don't have time for maybe, yes or no? That's,
There you go, where's my comment?
yeah, I love that. Okay, so the next item is business license for Friends Helping Friends. Creative. Definitely. Okay, can you tell us a bit about business?
I think what it is we're just to for people in town. Sport pages, those rights, not anything major.
Do you have a shop that you work
I
in
do.
out of, or?
I have a shop at the account.
Oh, okay. Mhm. Sounds good.
Once you do something about that, some people out there, you talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
You know,
But I also buy cars or get cars because I think about it. Sell them to people for less money than they afford.
you know,
Mhm.
that has been good thing. If you have a chance, they will go.
Any questions? We have a motion to approve the business license for Friends. Yes, you made the motion, do we have a second? Seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? Okay, next item is the VMSA, which is
Yeah, it's VMS Pay. So what VMS Pay is, I just use it for so it's we just increase citizen engagement, customer satisfaction, increase self-service digital payments, increase e-billing and auto pay enrollments, decrease walking traffic, and decrease operational costs. So everything that's been going on in there, was told about this and was told that it's too expensive years ago. It's $1,200 a year. If it gets to page 5, when it comes down to it, it's the fees that we have. So it's 3% uncredit card charges, and that's all through them. We don't have to do that, nothing. When someone goes onto the website, which will be through the city website, they can log on, you can log on your phone, you can call to pay, you can text to pay. Kind of brings us up a little bit into the future. And they can see their bill. As soon as we make bills, they can see it. And as soon as they pay the bill, we can see it. And it was a lot of data. So if someone's late, we add a $10 charge onto them, they see it instantly. You can text them and say, hey, you're late with an email. Also, you can also send letters or notices. People saying, we're power cuts here, or this or that, so you can just talk to people, everyone who signs up for it. When it comes down to it, like I said, it's $1,200 annually, and that's the same time we would normally pay for our Blacktop software. It just gets taxed on like that. We don't have to get the card reader. It's $421 if we want a card reader. So we can just swipe the card, tap, or whatever. Or we can still enter it manually if someone is hell-bent to come in and pay with a card in person. They can come in, we can still enter it manually, just like we're doing now. It's just we log in, not to pay.gov, but to VMS Pay. So this cuts down on checks, this cuts down on payments. Like it's supposed to help streamline, and everything is just live data. They said for them to get it up and running, it only takes about 7 business days, but they like to do 60 to 90 days because they're like, we want to help retrain your customer base. We want to send out emails, we want to send out flyers, we want get as many people as we can on this, so that way it reduces traffic in-house. So they said they've had it out for like 10 years, from what I understand, and they've got over 300 different people on it. Like, we haven't had a complaint yet. So I feel like this is kind of where most companies go. The guy actually said, "You guys are way behind the curve on this one." It's like, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. But just with him talking, all the e-bills and everything that gets sent out, anyone who signs up for paperless, he gets a paperless bill, and he goes, so that's less postage you have to spend. That's less man hours you have to have in the office. So I'm still looking at legalities of it if we can do it in Montana, but they also have a late notice tag that you can send out through the system too. And there's an MCA where we have to tag on disconnected, but I'm not quite sure on the notice state reports. We might use this for that also. So.
Sending passed on to the customer, or is it city paying that?
Yes.
But what if, like, there's also, what about the fee for manually entering?
That goes with the customer. So if we have to take it goes to the customer.
The car number and what's the fee for that? Because usually it's significantly more, just 3%.
Transaction
Yeah,
fee
so,
generally.
yeah, all credit card fees are 3%.
If it's ACH,
It's $1.95.
well, that's not right.
So, yeah, it's $1.95 and I don't know whether it's ACH or 25,000. So it's yeah, or not even doesn't have to be auto pay. You could just set it up to come from your bank account where you still pay it, but you have to click the buttons. So, and this gives an online portal that will get put onto our website. They can click on it, pay your bill, or they can go from their phone. They can call however you'd like. They've got all sorts of ways to pay, and then you figure out how you want to pay. And then once you sign up and you get your account number in there, you see your data right away. So, and then it connects and goes through everything with Black Mountain, and then they don't have to handle as many checks or as many phone calls or, hey, here's a list of 50 people that have ACH that, okay, today's the day we have to put them in this spreadsheet, move it over here, all done online. They all take care of it. So it's actually, from what I've heard from the people I've talked to, everyone loves it. So
This would be
all utilities.
Now, I would like to add, I know first day, but I've been in banking for years, for like a lot of years. And what I'll tell you is this will remove the human error factor that we are going through and dealing with right now, where we're trying to reconcile, go back, I have to match bills going back a ways and stuff. So this removes the human error factor from the city as they use it and puts it on them. If they make an error, it's on them, not on us.
So, then, like I was told it's too expensive. That's why I was on the embassy out. I didn't find out it's $1,200 a year. In the grand scheme, if they can save 30 hours, 40 hours a year, you pay for at least I say more than that. So
What about the paper? We go out with it.
So they have a way to pay bills too. We need to get into that just because we want to fees, like I said, up in this spot thing today. Small amount of the questions about it, but we don't understand paper bills can still go up if we want paper bills. So yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what?
Exactly. And so you can still paper bills, you can still come in and drop the checks off, but this time we talk to us. The people who want to come into the next phase.
One's a little area on this sort of subscription type thing, so always companies are really, we're like, you don't own software, you don't buy Microsoft Word, and you have it, but if computer fails, not pay every year, and they kind of have it, then you integrate it into your workflow, and now next year, what are we going to do? Well, we pay it because you don't have that system set up, and just saying that's always one concern I have.
Does this lock in for a certain specified amount of time?
As we talked, he just said 1,200 annually. I didn't get a time frame on it. I can call it.
And does it limit the increase that they can do for the fee over the specified time as well?
What are you talking about, the 3%?
No, I'm talking about what they can increase the amount we have to pay
Yeah, like they're 12.
per curing.
Yes.
Yes. Kind of like the fast things.
$1,200 fee for the next 10 years.
And if we're not, what's the max that they can raise it?
That's blocking of this call. It's only come on when you go down.
This is good one.
This is clearly for the city for Hey, I've heard city council, I had a couple questions about, especially the $1,200 annually. Are we locked into that price, or is that subject to change? Okay, so this is a Black Mountain software price that we're getting.
So will the price of the contract increase every year by any percentage, or is it locked in for like our lifetime use of the product?
Oh,
Need to check number.
okay, so that's a Black Mountain. Okay. Anything else? And paper bills can still go out, correct? Anything else, guys?
If we, opted in and then changed our minds after a year, who would own the data?
Okay, that's a good question. If we decided to join, and then after a year or 18 months, we decided this doesn't work out for us, what happens to that data?
Yeah, great question to ask. Over history, right?
So just as a question, with record retention being what it is, since it's our customers and our data, would we receive the data instead of it being deleted in a usable format? With retention. Okay. So it'd be the source of truth would be Black Mountain. Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you for answering, I appreciate it. Hopefully that cleared them out up a little bit, so. And as far as I know, I mean, we've been paying the same amount to Black Mountain since I've been here. Granted, we've added modules here and there for different things like, but usually the base of Black Mountain stays roughly about the same, so. Unless something comes up that we they don't tell us if a drastic increase. That's on the black mountain side.
So is that sounding like they make money based on the payment, correct? 3%.
Yeah, instead of going to pay that value, it goes to them.
You know what they got, right?
But not crazy.
Can we,
Uh,
I don't think there is a charge for ACH. We do it manually in the office.
yeah.
And the customer's not charged. So that,
That would be an increase, but also less hours if they have to put it into a manual.
Yeah, because there's a file and it takes a day.
so would the contract be with Black Mountain? Okay, so can we get a copy of the contract to review prior to? That's probably me. Sorry.
I mean, I don't think this is something we decide on right now.
Agreed, you don't have the information. That would
Yeah,
be me, probably.
if not, if the whole region.
Tag team it, right?
And they got that contracted through anyways.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds interesting, like, oh, yeah.
Especially since it's fully integrated with what we already have. Thanks. We're not starting from scratch, it's just improving it.
That's what I think we use staff.
Yeah.
You know, there's something else, they should say, well, that. While not increasing costs for the customers, I think that's key. But it's all tied, right? It's all the cost of back there.
Sure. So then people can still bring in cash. So that'd be the only way to pay without being charged.
No, but they could still come into the office and pay
ACH, yeah.
just with a check and not.
Not an online check.
Right.
A manual check to us would still go through the system in the same way where we would enter it, the amount, and put it into the account. So it wouldn't cost them anything if they did that.
They would still, if they want paper, and they get paper bills, and they want to mail a check in, they go and check off the cash. That's basically what they do. So,
And there's no charge on that.
because that doesn't have anything to do with this, that's still keeping us normal day.
If they'd be paying for the convenience of doing an online ACH or an online credit card or a debit card payment, so to speak, so that it would, that's what they're paying for is the convenience versus coming in, walking in, giving us cash or a check.
And they would not be charging for the e-bill.
No. What is that about? That's what it is.
I guess, yeah, that's where the contract language is important, rated for how long.
Right.
You can definitely.
Yeah, well, once we're set up, you know, we can have, you know,
Well, not the setup,
yeah.
but e-billing,
Mhm.
other stuff that's the phones. Monthly total.
What's this optional equipment?
That's the card reader thing. So it's fine.
No, right?
We have one.
We do.
We do.
I'm not saying you.
So maybe that, but yeah.
Yeah.
We said that like specific to them, this is just.
Yeah, we do have one.
Yeah, it's a Black Mountain, so it would still be the same card reader, I'd assume. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I have a question to ask them if it's an upgrade mark for you. Because there's.
True, because they probably have a one that has the tap motion now too. So that'll be a question that either you or I will ask.
Yeah,
to us.
that's the one. So, but he even said we could still.
Right,
we can make
and-
it work.
and even
Yeah,
tap
they-
cards can be swiped.
And
Yes.
okay. More information. Is it? Anything else?
No, that's it, it's just trying to help reduce strain in the office.
No.
They have potential political mistakes in the office.
Right,
Human error.
yeah, and the time spent looking for experience.
It's nuts.
I'm sweating until the balance is done and.
Every day.
Okay, next item, utility billing computer replacement. And this is what TJ was talking about, from all systems go.
Greg came in. We didn't have a full admin password for all the computers, and so he came in and reset that so that when an employee leaves, we're not locked out for days at a time. And realized that we're still running Windows 7 on the computer that we have. And it's not fast. I have to verify that I'm a human every time that a credit card comes in, and that takes a full 30 seconds to verify everything that needs to be request for each payment. So Greg was like, "Why do you still have this?" And that's where this conversation started.
So, just, well,
Mm-hmm. Yes. You want to
yes, well, the first one, that was the computer.
Yeah, the 475 is the computer.
Mhm.
I think it was Windows 11, we have like 16 gigs of RAM, so you can do all that.
So what was that, your form? Like a couple.
Yeah,
Just
just
want to
seems
be
reasonable to me.
Tell me that, 'cause I really want to ask for some. Okay.
Any other comments on?
I guess this is essentially, that's what it is. But I know, this is how Windows 11 on it, that's something that.
As far as I understand, no programming language right now.
What is he saying?
He asked if it already has Windows 11 on it.
So, you know, if we do approve that purchase,
Conditional that it has Windows 11 on it.
yeah, that's,
Sorry.
yes, thank you.
You know, in the budget, that, but you know, where it's cheaper and all that, oh, yeah.
Do you have a motion to approve that purchase? Scott makes a motion to approve, we have a second? A second. James seconds, all in favor? Unanimous? And next, we have email and website hosting, 195 quarter. With all systems go. This is searching from Kate. It doesn't look good. So 195 per month. With, and that includes, that's edits. The quarter. Oh, quarter, it says quarterly web hosting. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For city of Montana.com.
This is a.
City of Montana. That's a little vague.
Most of the cost, you know.
Wait, so if that's broken down quarterly. $50. That's pretty good. For posting. Yeah,
And
15.
then,
Mhm.
without the removed.
Mhm.
And I don't know how you guys feel about this, I don't know.
I always thought you should, but when you attachments.
Yeah.
It's all the time.
Yeah, inserting.
Mhm.
So this neighborhood's just, you know, sort of like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think he has a little platform.
Mhm.
that he could use.
Okay, so. Anything else we got right now? What are we talking about this ladder though? So I guess it's.
I think there's
13. Because in police, then there's 3 in the office, the mayor, power. She's one of
The city employee.
but now they could because there's 15. Okay, so then yeah, I think it's 12 or 13.
So this would be right in line.
Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure how many the police have if they each have their own individual. So then yeah,
At least 15.
that would be right there.
Right.
TJ has one. There's a mayor's.
Yeah. You should, so you're not doing something for something, you know, because then that's subject to. You're supposed to.
That's what I thought I do.
Like a CD and then a number, like for, yeah, like I'm CD one. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
Running
because
game
it's
is
living
a-
here with something.
So you came into the arcade. That's running.
Yeah, because I thought TV was kind of confusing.
I have to know if you don't.
Yeah. There is one out.
The platforms.
Yeah, you're not snapping it.
Public tomorrow for crosswalk.
So if we don't like platform.
The ones that's not.
Oh, my
So
gosh. So that's what.
that would be the.
Yeah, the Cookie Valley. The Cookie Valley.
So this is just switching to fire. Sure. You also need to do the officer. Do that. Here, see something that's wrong.
Gregor did our web hosting anyways, didn't he? So that, did I, you wasn't the one that set it up?
No.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
How many eggs does that give us, your website?
I would imagine it can do it.
That's
So
it.
think of what.
And I'm just asking.
I think it's the limit.
One of them, also,
The big Montana sky is your limit.
For a while. So,
I don't know. We don't have to do this now, if we want. Those things.
that was a good note, just in case we were all, we pay 6 months on it. And
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, you live with mom inside 2 years, right?
A lot of it.
The 1 year. For a year.
And you can give it tentative that we're not allowed to do a contract with. Okay, right? For email, please.
I think we can just
table it and answer some questions, make sure that it's. I think the questions we don't know, well, even the amounts, I'm guessing it's something. And so, one couple of questions. So what about if we want to add more emails?
Yeah. You got things with those.
Required to access the info on how many,
Yeah. Information, side. Okay, so, and then is it comparable to the web hosting email service? Is there anything else? You know?
Right, so I'm see the website will have.
I don't know. Yeah, like if it was. Yeah, I don't think about it. If we only one.
But it's not actually, currently, they're currently.
Just for staff.
Oh, just.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I don't know what's the city of Montana. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Because it's not really.
Must be.
I just think that putting more drivers on fire should be,
Yeah,
should be nice. And
okay, is that good? All right. I guess we should do a motion to table that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make that right.
Jesse makes a motion to table. Do we have a second?
second.
David seconds, all in favor? And then the last, new business item is vault maintenance and combination upgrade. And there's a typo. I was excited it said 155. So that's what it is.
No. No, but I was on the
Okay, 1155.
I read the 150 also.
Oh, I did too.
So that would be putting in a new law.
Yeah, it currently has a spin one and it's quite finicky.
Yeah.
And
So if you don't get it the first time, you're there for quite some time.
And then on top of that, PJ was pointing out to me when we were speaking about it, that he has like 5 prior employees who now have the combination.
Right.
Yeah.
That will change it. Unless we call somebody in for about $800 from Spokane
Right.
per time to change it.
Yeah. Which would be
More,
this cost too, is that they're coming from Spokane.
right,
Put a new law in it. Yeah.
right. But if we changed it after every employee that had it,
Yeah.
right, that's insane.
Mhm. So this would be cleaning and servicing the bulk water and cable out the combination dial to digital. So again, we can decide this tonight. Or table it. So it's another one.
You should put on this one in the direction. And see, this is that.
CCJ.
So it's an board and you also. And gets his thought.
Yeah, I think he's on board.
You know,
With this being important.
question is always, it's good enough to have a budget, but
Well, I think it's split between all the departments. Yes, I do. Yeah, and then, third. What areas of it?
Everything have an idea of this.
Yeah.
And usually there's at least.
so. Remember we talked about this towards the end of the budget.
Right.
Thanks, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct. And this is another of those things that cost staff, right? And I'm sure it's fun. But
It's not accessible.
no.
I saw you this one that months ago.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, so,
It's very necessary.
like, you're trying to find Spokane for that project.
Yeah.
Real,
So,
I think we should,
do you have a motion to approve that purchase?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I think Scott makes a motion. Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Yes, some seconds, all in favor? Unanimous. And then on the old business, do we have any local government?
Not been able to have a meeting. We do not have any members. There's one scheduled for the 24th.
We're still paying for some of it.
And the survey that was put out, the overall majority were in favor of our government license. So he said, given that we did a survey, we had no verification, we put it out for people to join in and we can move forward. Report, with Joe and I, get together to decide. So yeah.
Goodbye. Success. Yes.
Oh, you something like
It works. Thank you. And how we committee?
No new updates since last meeting, and I will, do not send it. Yeah, just trying to get everybody. Hopefully get a regular time this fall, but it's pretty hard to get everybody staying scheduled this summer. Then I'm sure he's got something on Wednesdays now, so maybe another sort of different one. I think works for everybody. You'll know in there. That's pretty good momentum on through those things. So you can get a little bit more.
Sewer project update. Today said no real changes, the sludge removal is done, it's just waiting to be hauled off, like we talked about earlier. Wastewater, or no, the water project, it has not gone out to bid yet. They're requesting various from states that we don't have to do fill. And, that was in the 70s. Cool. And then once that's moved to state. So from what we're Department reports.
Well, you're the only one here.
You're first. Yeah. And then you have to be deadly or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just been trimming trees, we're back fully staffed now, trying to stay, since it was so dry, all trying not to get off of it, much less trying to work on the way, trying to stay in town, do as much training as we can. Here and there, false calls, where people were calling, saying, out, they're out. They were on something early in the morning, John said, and we were outside the bat, like waving at something when he pulled up. So we still don't know what he was waving at, but there was no power out, so that was interesting. Other than that, we've just been trying to get caught up on jobs right now. We just are in the process of finishing one up on Iron Creek today. More trees going up on Iron Creek. We did take a cut, we had 70 tags this past month. Yeah. I think things about.
Those were actual tags though, and not errors that took place.
No, I mean, well, I can tell you this, every single account was past due. So whether or not people are paid or not, I cannot say that. But I can say every account was past due in our billing system. So as far as our billing system, it was correct. But whether or not everything was input correctly, I can't attest to that. So, because there was a turnover rate we had in the office, so we didn't cut anybody off. So that's a good thing. Everyone paid. So yeah, we got payment out of everybody. So which was good. I did have a meeting with the state over the bobble waiver. We had one meeting with the state analyst and then the office at PC. And during the middle of the meeting, the state was like, well, let me get the waiver back. I was like, oh, it's already done. And I emailed it to them right in the Zoom meeting. She's like, oh, I see it. I was like, yeah, it's done. I'm waiting for, like, what's the next step? She's like, nothing. I'll go through. Thing looks good. And we'll take the next steps. I have not heard back.
What's the next steps?
They submitted to the Department of Energy. So it goes to the State Department of Energy, which is federal department. So as far as I know right now, we're just waiting on them to get back whether or not I filled out the paperwork correctly. But they said they looked at it, they said everything looks good, and I was like, well, it's the best of my ability. You know, barely graduated high school here, so hopefully it works. So, and we're just waiting on that to get the project started with the analyst. Hopefully everything comes back. We're okay, and we can get started, and hopefully start changing out the meters in the next February, and everything will get here. So that'll be fine. So, looking forward to that. Yeah, I've just been trying to help out in the office as much as we can, just because we're taking payments. So I had John up there one day for half a day, just taking payments. They were so swamped in the office trying to figure out what happened over the past couple of weeks.
It was cut off.
Yeah, and it was cut off. They did piece out. I did get information back from Masticator Head. I know BJ talked to everybody last Thursday. I don't want to get it going. I would like to get it purchased like ASAP. It was budgeted. It's on sale right now for 21, 22 shipped to us. So we budget 20, 25. Yep. So the normal price is 24. So I'd like to strike while the iron's hot before we lose that deal. If everyone gives me it's in the budget, I'd like that. So that way we can still get some of these right of ways mowed down before we get snow on it. Hopefully we get snow on it. Snow would be good. Not just cold. So other than that, everything's just normal day at the office, trying to keep power on. So the meters ain't spinning, we ain't making money.
Yeah. No, because it's already done.
Yeah. He just wanted me to make sure you guys knew I was going to go ahead and get the work put in, already been budgeted and everything. So.
You took it.
I don't know.
Okay, it looks like the parks have slowed down in the since kids are back in school. It's been unseasonably warm, so even adult walkers have not been very uh, prevalent. Um, we've had apartments 3 and 4 where the tenants moved out, and we've done the usual work on them to get them back into condition to have them rented out again. We've been mowing and keeping the grass cut in the soccer fields and for farmers markets. Sprinkler repair lines have been going on. They dug a ditch for Clint to run power to the middle display building. Sorry. Cleaned up limbs around Lynn and Jerry's and the kiddie play area. Sewer, of course, they've been continuing to work with RPA and the Strouds to finish the sewer project. Lagoons have been returned to normal flow. Splash pads been turned on to flow continuously to aid with filling the lagoons. Painting of the airline is now completed. Had to take the UV reactor apart as something was blocking the flow again and found it to be broken up turtle shells.
So the muskrat is
For water, they did SOC, VOC, and volatile chems. Samples were due for the annual cycle, and they've been having to drive the monthly back T sample due to the post office not getting them there within the allowed 24-hour period.
That's been recent. Kalispell. Yeah, because so normally he takes it to the post office and they have 24 hours at a time. US office minutes to be there. They can't make it happen.
Because it goes from here to Libby to Missoula and then out.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's only been a recent development, so they have to, because he can't just hand it over to the city of Libby.
HH doesn't run the council.
They have to deliver it. And the only ones they trust, the DEQ or whoever it is, for the test, the only one they trust to take their samples is the US Post Office. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that's why they've had to drive their sample. Because otherwise they get violation. Huh? Wards are monthly, yes. And so he had 3 of them, or 2 of them failed because they couldn't get there in time. So he had to drive the third one over. And then it takes a day for them to say, okay, it failed. So, yeah, so then he was almost in violation because he didn't get it there in time, but, and then they took tracks of while they were there just because they were like, well, we're taking one sample, might as well take the other one. So, but that's been recent with the post office. There's not a lot of complaining about it. So,
That's the local, post office, local one. Yeah, this is takes like 10 years. It's something around.
Colorado or something too. Mm-hmm.
You do drive this and put it grass.
Yep. Right.
It's twice. He drove his personal car once, and then they drove the city truck the other time. So, because they only have 2 vehicles, so if they're doing a job, I think he just takes his little car. So.
Better gas mileage anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one for.
Can't send it with
Because it has to be chain of custody. They're yeah. In the school bus. Yeah.
One for Alice.
Anything we should know from the office?
We now have Nikki. She has stepped in as new Sarah. She's fantastic, such a godsend. And so we're getting ready to, this week we're going to learn to do the meter read file so that they can read meters on Monday. And then we're going to learn how to do bills and
Reconciliations to do, a lot of backtracking and matching things because some things weren't done. So I'm kind of like going back and recreating the wheels.
Yeah. So, but we have some really cool plans to streamline some stuff and make it a little bit more efficient. So, I feel like we're no longer treading water.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, and we're going to get some procedures and things developed so that this doesn't happen again. So that we need desk procedures so that everything is there and anybody can walk in and do it.
I appreciate it.
Oh, that was fast.
Goes back and creates somehow, no one's really, so.
And Susie's been working.
Yeah,
Yes, we can on the afternoon.
she was my morning trainer. She was my afternoon trainer today.
Is Stacy still involved?
There's a lot.
She did.
Good. Yeah. And then do we have any public comments for matters not?
I have a question about the flags. Or on the poles. I noticed that they're down. Did they get removed in a humanely way to be replaced with something new next year? Because they were shredded.
They were shredded and they were old flags.
No,
So
they were really bad
and
condition.
they were, that was the second year they wanted it, it's 3 or 4 years out. So I guess we just had a lot of wind this spring and everything, and plus the traffic, I guess. We took them all into the. Yeah, but they still use our box flags, or they're in the process of that, but they will not be buying flags for.
Are they getting caught up in the?
No, they're not really getting caught up because they're just a hair above the flowers, where the flower thing. They said that they had an issue because our city banners are on the streetlight pole, and that it violates flag code. But it doesn't violate flag code because the flags are on their own pole. I wasn't gonna be nitpicky with them. I said, if you don't wanna give us the flags, then I guess we won't have flags to put up, or we'll buy them ourselves, one of the two. So they're gonna pay for the flags that go on the poles that do not have flowers. So. We're grateful for that.
Is it because of
They all are rights. Yeah. They had an issue because they said that the flowers were tearing the flags up. He said the flowers aren't tearing the flags up. They said, well, there's a banner above. It just, I wasn't not going to argue with them. So that is fine. So you can find another route. We appreciate the flags you do purchase with us. So, and that's where I left it. I didn't want to argue with.
No.
I just, here's the old flags. They were pretty torn up this year. We'll take the new ones in. So they wanted the actual flag holders. They said, we'll put them on. I was like, no, I've learned that lesson in the past. We won't get them all back. I said, we'll keep the flag holders. You just give us the flags we need. And then we'll put them on the poles. So, yeah, they were torn up this year. But you've seen all the cops pulling people over. Imagine how many trucks go through here. That one was doing 77 in the middle of the town. That does do damage to them when they come flying past them. That's the.
How often how many flags?
So 32.
Okay, this is gonna sound really strange, but where I'm from and where my family is buried and everything, they actually utilize the veteran flags and let them fly over the cities. And they do it for a year and then they rotate them. So I'm just saying that give them some use, but not wear them out. And people donate because you end up with the flags and you don't know what to do with them. And so donate them to the street flags and they fly them and for a set amount of time and rotate them out.
These are all 2 years old. You just everything a lot.
Yep.
So, because our banner is full of that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's that.
So, yeah. So we'll see what we get next time, and we'll get it put up next year. But yeah, we have to take it now. Then we want it back, and we did some busy back and forth. I didn't really pay close attention when we started taking it out. I was like, oh, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's part of the
Let's see. Anything else? David? Okay, do you have a motion to adjourn? Next meeting, Jamie makes a motion, do we have
Second, that one.
Scott seconds, all in favor? Okay.